Order. We have some young folks here that are going to lead us in the pledge tonight. If they want to come right up here and stand and lead us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job.
Would you please bear with us now while we have a moment of silence. Try to remember our soldiers and people that are been affected by the earthquakes. Thank you. It certainly is to have this larger crowd here tonight. This is really great, especially with all the children. This is how your government works, and or doesn't work, whichever way you want to look at it. But it works most of the time. But we certainly are glad to have you here tonight, and I know Mr. Gill will have some remarks here in just a minute. First of all, the agenda. Do we have any concerns about the agenda?
Move to approve.
A second. Any discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. About the consent agenda.
So moved.
I would say
We'll just get a second on it. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay.
on the consent agenda, we took off portable relocation. There was an issue that we had to work out. It'll be back on there hopefully the next board meeting.
Okay. All in favor of the consent agenda, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Do we have any visitors, Joyce? We don't do it. Here we go, Mr. Gill. Spotlight on education. Your turn.
Okay, before we do the spotlight, I want to read and show the audience and the board something. Yesterday, we accepted a donation of 1,000 of Logitech computer headsets. These are valued at $29.95 each for a total value of $29,950. They will be used by students and teachers for listening centers, computer workstations, digital storytelling, foreign language practice, etc. Donation was made by Carl Kilgore, production supervisor, Modus Link Corporation, and we certainly appreciate that donation. Again, I think Ms. Blanton's excited about it, as will all the schools be. So, again, thanks to Mr. Carl Kilgore with Modus Link Corporation for that donation. Next. Before we have a spotlight on Education Night Student Art Showcase, and I'm going to ask Ms. Barnes to step up here in just a second. But 4 or 5 or 6 years ago, you could come in the Board of Education and you didn't see all this artwork in here. And it was just kind of I don't know, you search for the word. But anyway, it wasn't anywhere near as warm as it is now. But if you kind of navigate the halls of the Board of Education, you can see various artwork that's been brought in from across the county schools. Some really, really good work, and it shows you the creative side that our students have. And I'm going to give credit where it belongs to Ms. Barnes for coming up with that idea. She's a elementary principal, and you know, as elementary folks, they come up with some great ideas. So thank you, Ms. Barnes. And we are, as Mr. Wise said, pleased to have all you folks here tonight to partake in the board meeting. At this time, I'd ask Ms. Barnes to come forward and take it from here.
Thank you, Mr. Gill and board members. March is National Student Art Month, and each year during this time, we come together to recognize and celebrate student art in our schools. This tradition was approved by Mr. Gill about 5 years ago, and we have had the privilege and pleasure of viewing student art in our central office building each year. What we have is a rotation of artwork. We invite the schools through the art teachers to provide us with either 2-dimensional or 3-dimensional artwork based on the grade structures of their schools. And then each year we take down the current artwork and replace it with the new artwork that they send in to us. So we try to take very good care of that artwork because we know the parents of those students are waiting for that artwork to come down so they can then hang it in their homes as a special treasure and remembrance of their children's work that they completed that year. I know Mr. Gill and Mr. Wise and board members, we have several art teachers, so if I could ask them to stand so we could recognize them at this time, or wave at us or something, please.
Recognize the principals too.
Yes, sir. And we also have several of our principals from all of our schools here to represent our students as well. If they will please acknowledge and by showing us who they are. And again, we want to thank them because each year we do ask that they work with us in this central office by selecting a piece of artwork or maybe just 2 pieces of artwork to send. And we know in a school of 1,000 students, that's a heavy task to have to identify 1 or 2 pieces to select from everything that's brought forward to them in their schools. So we thank them for that. And now we'd like to recognize all of the students whose artwork is displayed here. And in the years past, what we will do is ask for the students, as their name is called, to come forward, and we'll ask our students to kind of line up across the front of the boardroom facing this direction. And remember that the board meetings are replayed on Channel 19 2 or 3 times during the week. So young students and parents, you can watch yourselves on TV after this meeting tonight as many times as you can find it on Channel 19, so be sure and do that. So as we call your names, if you'll come forward, and I'll ask the older students, as you will line up, maybe you can put the little ones in front of you so we get a clear shot of everybody as we go through this. So with that said, we'll begin with Barfield Elementary School, Emma Burke. And parents, we'll save all of our applause till the very end, if you will. But I know if you need to take snapshots, you can do that. So feel free to step up to the front and take pictures. Blackman Elementary, Kendall Hughes. Blackman High School, Sarah Groden. Blackman High School, Kaylin Johnson. Blackman Middle School, Jackson Graham. We'll get somebody up here with you in a minute. Browns Chapel Elementary School, Christian Crowder. Buchanan Elementary School, Hannah Ridgway. Come on, Hannah. Buchanan Elementary School, Elizabeth Norwood. Let me ask you guys to back up close to the table, okay? Thank you. Cedar Grove Elementary School, Thalia Russo. Central Middle School, Jade Beard. Central Middle School, Marissa Hutchins. Christiana Elementary School, Jessica Riley. Christiana Middle School, Mary Warner. And Christiana Middle School, Hannah Moisan. David Urey Elementary School, Mason Hess. Eagleville School, Lyric Alloway. Also from Eagleville, Christian Barnes. And also from Eagleville, Scott Boldsman. From Homer Pittard Campus School, Caroline Young. John Coleman Elementary School, James Townsend. Kittrell Elementary School, Miranda Bollinger. And also from Kittrell, Lindsay Parsley. From Las Casas Elementary School, Allison Latimer. And from Las Casas, Alexis Piggott. From Laverne High School, Morgan Griffith, excuse me. And from Laverne High School, Caitlin Nguyen. From Laverne Lake Elementary School, Ellen McGee. You can stand right in front of some of these older ones if you want. Come, step right in there. From Laverne Middle School, Ashley Edge. From Laverne Primary School, Carlos Arias. You guys help me by pulling people in front of you so they can be seen in front of the cameras, okay? There we go. From McFadden School, Caroline McCravey. That's Kenneth Curley's. And from McFadden School, Carissa Earls. Oakland High School, Laura Beth Jennings. And from Oakland High School, Catherine White. Riverdale High School, Victoria Fritz. And from Riverdale High School, McKee Ekawa. I hope I said that right. Come on in. You're okay. I'll kind of just help each other place so we can keep seeing your faces, okay? Rock Springs Elementary School, Isabella Byers. And Rock Springs Middle School, Gabrielle Rose Green. Gabrielle? Okay. From Rockville Elementary School, Jake Buchanan. There you go, Jake. From Rockville Middle School, Blaze Thomas. From Roy Waldron Elementary School, Kira King. From Siegel High School, Austin Lewis. From Siegel Middle School, Jessica Freddie Beckwith. And from Siegel Middle School, Joseph Richardson. Thank you. From Smyrna Elementary School, Ruthie Law. From Smyrna High School, Catherine Scatz. I'm going to put yourself in here behind the little ones. How about that, so they can see them too. From Smyrna Middle School, Eliza Carey. From Smyrna Primary School, Julissa Elizabeth Linez. There you go. From Smyrna Primary School, Preston Angelo Burnett. From Smyrna West, Dustin Taylor. From Stewart's Creek Elementary School, Dixie Dryden. From Stewart's Creek Middle School, Hunter Vanderwarp. From Stewartsboro Elementary School, George Swanson. From Thurman Francis Academy, Sydney Dodd, just right up there. From Thurman Francis Academy, Ashley Wheeler. From Walter Hill Elementary, Cameron Pomplin. And we want to recognize from Wilson Elementary, although she's not here tonight because she is homesick, Annie Walden. So with I'd love to present this entire group to you and congratulate them on the wonderful artwork that they have brought to our central office, and we appreciate that. You guys stay put.
We certainly enjoy having you here, and we do enjoy the artwork. And you know, when we come before the board meetings, we have a little time, we walk around and look at it too. So we see your name and we see what kind of work you do. And it's hard for me to believe there's so many aspiring artists in Rutherford County. It's really great to see this number and the number of parents here too in support of these children, because that's what it's all about. We do appreciate you being here. Is there anyone else on the board who would like to make a comment? Well, thank you for being here, and we'll recess for a little bit here and give you, the ones that want to leave, a chance to leave. And if you want to stay, you're certainly welcome to stay for this meeting. And you may go around and look at everyone's pictures while you're out there too. That'll be just fine. Thank you again.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Realize what a class guy.
Oh, what's the guy? Used to be assistant principal over at Black.
Yeah, used to be coach too. Be around trying to speak you up, you know, and he's not paying attention.
Say hello, dog. Yes, sir. Yes. I'm doing good. I'm enjoying it. My joints are all falling apart. I've been over a time or two. He wanted me to start the program. I said, look, I can't even get the stats to get out of it. How you doing?
It's good seeing you, Coach.
Good to see you, Mr. Gill. Well, how's everybody?
Pretty good. Get Joe Gilgo in and help you coach.
Is he still?
Yeah, yeah, he's still going strong. Take care. Hold the
Take
fort.
care. Take care.
Good to see you. See you. How are you?
I'm doing well. I don't know these other people. I'll get out.
Good job. Great to see you.
Nice to see you.
Great to see you. Take care.
All right, I guess we'll call the meeting back to order. Mr. Gill, number 8.
Quarterly report card schedule for grades K through 8. Stewart's Creek Elementary School is completing the pilot year quarterly report card schedule. Parents and teachers overwhelmingly support the change. Comments are included under tab 2 within the board agenda. With success of this pilot program, we believe a quarterly report card will be beneficial in grades K through 8 when accompanied by an informative progress report midway during the grading period. High schools will remain on a 6-week grading period for the 2010-2011 school year. Recommend that you approve a quarterly report a quarterly Rutherford County Schools report card schedule for grades K-8 beginning in the 2010-2011 school year.
You've heard the recommendation, have a motion.
So moved.
Have a second. Second. Grant, second. Any discussion?
Let me just give a quick summation.
Mr. Jernigan, you have a question?
Well, I have some questions, but one of the questions was I couldn't remember, is there cost to this?
Cost?
Cost.
I don't, Don, you got a thought on that, or?
I think it will be revenue neutral. Basically, you're printing a little bit less, but we beef up the progress reports. We have to print those. So I think it's revenue cost
see you right.
neutral.
We're getting the same, we're getting reporting periods to the
Yes.
parents on a timely basis at various times through that.
Right. We'll do a system-wide, as part of the calendar, report cards go out the same day, as will progress reports. We've already put the wheels in motion to kind of standardize the progress report, as well as just kind of examine the report card, see if there's anything we want to do additionally. So parents across the county should be getting the same information on the same day.
Do you think, we tried it with the elementary grades,
Yes, sir.
but we're going to a K-8 recommendation here, and we're not making that distinction between K-5 and
6-8.
6-8.
Well, we did have that discussion, and we surveyed the middle school principals too, make sure they were on board. And I think with the exception of one, everybody thought it was a great concept, great idea. They'd had some discussion with other principals. They'd done some examination of progress report and report cards. You know, we had also discussed maybe doing it as a pilot 6 through 8, but I think the response was so overwhelming, it just made sense to pursue it for the entire, up through grades 8. And, if it could be, if it's something we get into a year or 2 or 3 out that the people are disgruntled with, maybe we go back and take a look. But I seriously suspect this is going to be a hit with parents and teachers and administrators.
Everything we do has pluses and minuses, and so we might discover some minuses later on, and we might discover some additional pluses too.
It's true too, yes, sir.
Any other discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Facilities.
Smyrna Middle School Greenhouse, Dr. Kennedy, Principal Smyrna Middle School, has requested permission to construct a 35 by 50 greenhouse on the school campus at the rear of the building. Site plan is included under the agenda, tab 3, for location clarification. The greenhouse will be constructed at no cost to the Rutherford County School Board through donations from Rayburn Insurance, Ace Hardware, Smyrna Rotary Club, Holland's Head Concrete, and other community entities and individuals. Rutherford County Schools Engineering and Construction Department will review the plans and make regular inspections to assure adherence to standard specifications. School will be responsible for all local and state building codes adherence. And we recommend that you approve, and also before I read the recommendation, we've got some information with respect to what the use will be at the middle school if you're interested in that. Recommend that you approve construction of 35 by 50 greenhouse on the campus of Smyrna Middle School at no cost to the board.
You've heard the recommendation, have a motion.
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Grant.
I'd like to thank the sponsors and the people that contributed to this, but particularly Holland Head Concrete. They have just made a lot of donations all over the county to high schools and grammar schools and middle schools, and they've only been in business as such with the concrete delivery business a few years, but they have really put out the efforts to help, and I appreciate it.
They have, and also Wayne is affiliated with Rayburn Insurance,
Right.
so
Appreciate it.
thank you, Mr. Blair.
Thank you, sir. Any other discussion? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, B, Fieldhouse.
Smyrna High School Field House addition. Mr. Rakes, principal Smyrna High School, has requested permission to construct a 14 by 58 foot addition to the existing football field house. The addition will be a concrete block and metal roof on a concrete slab. The proposed addition will house additional lockers for the existing overcrowded locker room. The addition will be constructed at no cost to Rutherford County School Board. Funds for the project will come from a Home Depot grant, $5,000, donated concrete and labor from Holland's Head Concrete, and the Smyrna High School Quarterback Club will cover the balance of the cost. Rutherford County Schools Engineering and Construction Department will inspect the project regularly for adherence to standard specifications. Smyrna High School will be responsible for adherence to all local and state codes. And I want to say in connection with this, you know, a lot of times when we build high school football or high school sports facilities, they are pretty expensive. I think last high school stadium we built was about $3.2 million. But of course, they get a tremendous amount of youth use throughout the county by middle schools and even the other organizations occasionally use them. But in connection with this, a lot of times you'll ride by baseball and softball fields, football fields, and there'll be field houses, concession stands, and other batting cages, bleachers that are added on by the school at no expense to the board or the taxpayer. That revenue was generated by these boosters club and the kids themselves. So while there's always concern that we're spending too much money for that, don't ever lose sight of the fact that there's a lot of money that's been raised and a lot of work went into it by local volunteers. That said, we're obviously going to recommend that you approve the construction of the Smyrna High Field House addition as presented at no cost to the board.
Heard the recommendation.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion at all? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? 10, financial matters.
Baseline assessment of Rutherford County School System copiers and printers by Optimizon. This $12,000 proposal is for Optimizon's K-12 baseline assessment, which will provide a foundation for understanding current copier and printer expenditures and performance. Optimizon is a vendor-neutral consulting and professional services firm that helps reduce copying and printing costs. They will analyze the copiers and printers at all our schools and review the existing copier contracts. They guarantee that they will identify at least $120,000 per year in achievable savings. Mr. Sandvig has seen the proposal they prepare for Wilson County schools. The analysis phase will show us our high school and high usage areas. We can start to make some changes when we have the data. Optimizon can also help us streamline vendor selection and monitor our current and future copier contract in order to maximize our equipment and hold down the cost. Recommend that you approve Optimizon's $12,000 proposal for K-12 baseline assessment of the systems, copiers, and printers.
You've heard the recommendation. Have a motion.
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
Any discussion?
I got a question, Rick.
Sure.
We're looking to do this, before the end of the year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Right now, each individual school takes care of their own, right?
Yes.
So, to me, it only makes sense to, I mean, if this outfit's gonna guarantee it's 10 times, what are you talking about, $120,000 worth of savings?
Right, or more.
To me, it only makes sense to, you know, try to look at these different vendors, come up with one deal, or two deals, or whatever, so.
Which is what we'll do. I mean, some of them are into 2 or 3 year contracts, aren't they, with their copiers? So when we go out for like a request for proposal, various vendors, I would presume, would respond, and at some point, you know, maybe 2 or 3 years down the pike, everybody will be under that particular umbrella where they are kind of overseeing that operation. So may not see all the savings at once, but I think it's out there.
Any other discussion? All in favor of the recommendation, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. 11, bell times. 2010-2011
school bell times. recommend that you approve the school bell times for the 2010-2011 school year as presented. Changes made from the current bell times are as follows. Kiltrell Elementary will start 45 minutes earlier with the plan to run buses at elementary only. The new bell time will be 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Las Casas Elementary will start 30 minutes earlier with the plan to run buses at elementary only. The new bell time will be 7:30 to 2:30. Oakland High School will start 5 minutes later with the plan to allow a little more time for the shuttle bus coming from Central Magnet. The new bell time will be 8:15 to 3:15. Central Magnet School's bell time will be 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Oakland Middle School's bell time will be 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Whitworth Buchanan Middle School's bell time will be 7:50 a.m. to 2:50 p.m.
You've heard the recommendation. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on the bell times? All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. General discussion by the board. Does anybody have anything to bring up? Mr. Blair.
Just want to tell the director and Michaels how much I enjoyed the banquet yesterday for our Teachers of the Year. And it almost felt like a reunion, seeing teachers and administrators and family supporters. It was just a lot of fun. I know if I had a great time, they certainly have a great one also. So thank you both for a wonderful celebration, for a job well done for those individuals.
Any other discussion?
No, but I thought it was a great event too. And of course, Joyce did a wonderful job again.
As
I
usual.
did particularly appreciate that catty remark Mr. Wise made about me being Mr. Odom's teacher, though.
Well, you know, the truth hurts sometimes. Any other discussion on that? I do have something. Mr. Jernigan couldn't be here tonight. Of course, his wife had a little minor surgery, and he's dealing with. But he's had some calls, and he wanted me to ask you a question, Mr. Gill. And the children that live over in the middle of town that have normally walked to Central and to athletic events and practice and all those kinds of things, he's had some calls of people that are concerned that they won't be able to get to the middle schools to practice and whatever. I told him I thought that there's always a way that people make and they get together, but he did want me to bring that up because he was asked to bring that up as a discussion item. So I'd just ask you what your concerns or what you think about.
Well, I mean, obviously, neighborhood schools, that's one of the perks of being located right close, very near the school. You can walk to and from the school, although in this county, as big as the county is and as big as particular zones are, there's few folks that have that luxury. Good news is I think both of them are 5, 6, 7 miles max from the center of Murfreesboro. And oftentimes when they participate in sports, they're people that, you know, carpool and 3 or 4 can hop in the car and ride home. I wish we could say, hey, you know, everybody, it'd be nice if you could walk to school, but we just don't have that luxury. And I think, you know, it's unrealistic to presume that we could have any kind of shuttle or something like that. We just couldn't afford it. But I think once they get out and they start participating in sports, I think they'll find ample opportunities to catch a lift home with, you know, neighbors and friends.
Something comes to mind. What's this Murfreesboro shuttle? Where does it go? Is that a possible thing for a kid to catch? Might be out at the Oakland school, but I don't know.
Talking about
Be a
Rover?
little further out, huh?
Talking about Rover?
Talking about Rover. I didn't. You know, they set up routes. Maybe they would do something at certain times of the year for charge. I mean, they're city kids, and but you know, and it would cost them. I'm sure it's a minimal thing, but maybe that's something that they might look into.
I think some of the schools in Nashville have, maybe some of the magnet schools, I'm not sure, have some sort of arrangement with City Metro Transit. I presume at a reduced rate, I don't know. But.
Well, certainly we could work with the city on something. Yeah.
If there are, we are paying permits.
That's right. Anyway, is there any other discussion or anything needs to be brought up? Thank you, Mr. Gill, for your comments on that, and I'll assure Mr. Jernigan that you brought up, and I'm sure he'll talk to you about it too. Anything else? All minds at ease. Being adjourned.
Wow.